Are you craving ramen but short on time? This quick, easy, and spicy version comes together fast, and it's way better than the packet stuff. And you can make it as spicy as you want. Let's do it. All right, easy, spicy ramen, my friends. This is our favorite way to make it, nice and spicy. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start with 5 cups of chicken broth. And I wanna emphasize, this is not like a from scratch, homemade stock or broth recipe. You can really use your favorite. I like to make my own stocks and broths, but really just use a store-bought brand, whatever, to make it as easy as possible for you, or something from the freezer. So I've got 5 cups here, starting to simmer lightly. And we're gonna go ahead and add at least 1 or 2 serrano peppers sliced. And I'm also gonna sort of extra chili head this up, and I'm gonna add a habanero to mine. That's pretty optional. These peppers are gonna infuse that broth with lots of heat and flavor. But you can go to chili peppers of your choice. So if you wanna use something mild, or jalapenos are great. But if you wanna go crazy and like ghost peppers or hotter, boom, go for it. Next we have some garlic. I have about 4 cloves of garlic that I minced up here into the pot. And I have a good thumb-sized knob of ginger that I peeled and chopped up. Next, we have gochujang, and I have 3 tablespoons. Gochujang is a Korean chili paste that it's fermented, and it has loads of huge flavor. It's one of my favorite ingredients to cook with. There are different levels of heat with gochujang, and I like the spicy kind, of course, shocker. But you can get a milder version if you want to. And I have chili crisp here, and this is a homemade chili crisp that I love to make, and I can link to the website for this recipe for you. But you can buy chili crisp in the store. It's just outstanding, huge flavor. But if you can't find chili crisp, use a hot chili oil. So I'm gonna use about a tablespoon here, or so. Get some of those chunky bits from the bottom in there. Oh yes. And I have a tablespoon of soy sauce, and a tablespoon of hot sesame oil, and I have a teaspoon of, you can use sambal ulek, or use like a chili garlic sauce. Kind of get that put in there. And a teaspoon of rice vinegar. And last but not least is sriracha, or your favorite hot sauce. So I'm adding in about 1.5 teaspoons or so. But really you can add more or less. Or again, just use your favorite hot sauce, like a delicious habanero hot sauce. Now this is what I call a delicious ramen broth. Yeah, take a look at this, my friends. Look at how chunky that is. Huge flavor. Gotta stir in, make sure the gochujang gets all melted through. And then go ahead and bring this to a real light boil, and then turn it down and simmer for 10 minutes. And that's going to infuse all that broth with just amazing flavor. If you love spicy noodles, check out my latest cookbook, Flavor Madness. It includes an entire chapter on noodles. I hope you'll check it out. All right, well, I'm letting this simmer. A lot of times we like to have soft-boiled eggs with our ramen. So at this point, I can get the water boiling, and I'm gonna do a 6-minute egg so it's nice and jammy inside. All right, it's smelling amazing in here, my friends. I just took my eggs off the boiling water. And the next step here is to cook the noodles and the shrimp. So go ahead and add, I've got 4 ounces of ramen noodles here. Gonna add it in here to the pot. And I have I have 10 pieces of shrimp, close to a ½ pound. Just kind of pop it right into the pot here. We're gonna swirl it, and you're just gonna cook it a few minutes until the shrimp poach through and the noodles cook through. But you can also, if you want to, you can cook the shrimp separately, kind of sear it up in a pan and get that snap to it, and then just kind of swirl it in at the end. But I like for it to absorb all that delicious ramen broth. It's so good. Let's talk about the proteins really quick. I'm using shrimp here today, obviously, but you can use other proteins. This is great with scallops or a mix of seafood. You can swirl in cooked chicken or cooked pork. So really it's customizable to whatever protein that you're looking for. Tofu is also outstanding here, so. All right, noodles are cooked through, and the shrimp is looking real good here, so let's get it into a bowl. All right, I got my noodles moved over to the bowl, and I'm gonna get some of this, as much of the broth as you want to, this spicy broth. Look at that, yum, massive flavor in there. All right, delicious broth in there. Next, let's garnish this up, my friends. Here I have some fresh chopped herbs. I'm using parsley. You can use other herbs to your preference, just a little bit. And some green onion. I like green onion with my ramen. Oh yeah, look at that. I have some sesame seed here. You can use as much as you'd like. And some red chili flake, of course. Extra spicy, extra spicy. And do not forget the jammy egg. If you'd like, you don't have to do jammy eggs, but I just love jammy eggs. So ramen just isn't quite ramen without that delicious jammy egg. A little bit more garnish, a little more chili flake. And, oh man, let's give it a taste, huh? All right, give it a taste here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's true chili head ramen right there. Yes. That's it, my friends. Spicy ramen, super quick and easy to make. No long, drawn out broth making process. Perfect for any night of the week and anybody who wants spicy food in a hurry. Hey, come on over to chilipeppermadness.com where I have hundreds and hundreds of more spicy recipes just for you.